To start doing this job, what you're going to need to do is raise the vehicle so that the rear suspension is hanging. Once you've done that, you're going to take a jack and come right underneath your pumpkin here, the rear differential, and we're just going to apply light pressure to this. Okay, light pressure, perfect. The next thing we're going to do is just use a little pry bar or maybe even a screwdriver, whatever you have, and we're going to try to get these clips off of here. The way that you'd want to do that is to just kind of try to weasel your way in between and then pry. And that should come right off of there. We can set this aside. We're going to do the same thing to the other one. Awesome. The next thing we want to do is remove our mounting bolts that hold the brackets for the sway bar to the differential. Use a 10 millimeter. Do the same to the other side. This is going to be the last one, so you want to be careful because at this point the bar can kind of do whatever it wants. All that we have left at this point is our two mounting bolts. You're going to have one here that has a nut on the back side, and then one over here. This one has a nut, but it also has this little flippy-do there that's going to kind of hold it for you so it doesn't spin too much. Using two 21 millimeters, we're going to go ahead and remove this. Now that that one's nice and loose, we're going to come on over here and do the same over here. There's the nut. Okay, I'm going to hold onto the bar. There it is, friends. Once you're sure you have the same part, go ahead and install. Put this side in first, right there. I'm going to bring this up, start in my bolt. Same for this one. Start on that nut there. The other one. All right, let's tighten it up. Bottomed out right there. Give it a little bit more. It's nice and tight. Do the same to the other side. All right, it's nice and bottomed out. Let's go ahead and make sure that it's nice and snug. Awesome. The next thing I like to do is put a little bit of copper never seize up inside these bolt holes. Now we're going to take our sway bar bushing bolts here. Make sure that you're not caught on anything. Swing it right up, line up those bolt holes. We're going to start in all the bolts before we tighten anything down completely. Let's go ahead and snug these up. Now we're going to torque them to 37 foot-pounds. Torqued. Now it's going to be time to get our Ebrake cable brackets back on. You're going to see you have a couple little clippy-doos on the back side. They go over this metal area and then they're going to slide over the arm itself. Put this up here. Put that right in. Perfect. Do the same thing to the other one. Clip it in. Okay. Make sure you have it completely clicked in. I like to give it a nice tug. The last thing you want is your Ebrake cable coming off and potentially hitting up against anything where it might get damaged. Let's get this back down. We'll get it out of the way and we'll take it for a road test.